All right, we on.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
All praise goes to Yahawaah,
Yahawashi.
bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham,
Bahasham.
Kakadash.
Kakadash.
Double honors goes to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that have taught us the truth. Much love, peace, and blessings goes out to all you hopeful elect brothers that are teaching the word of Yahawah, Bashem, Yahawashi. So we're the brothers of Great Millstone, Kansas City, and we come out to basically give another quick impromptu show through the Spirit going into Philippians, the second chapter, which basically the point I wanted to get to the brother to read is an inference of what's to come, meaning that Yahawashi, he already has gained authority over the earth, you see. But the thing about it is he's coming back on the second round to finalize his authority on the earth, because he through what happened to him through his sacrifice and being obedient to the cross, that's how he gained access to the lordship over the earth. Now we just waiting on the second time for the Lord to come and for him to set everything in order. Because as we can see, you got a situation where the entire earth, as Yahawashi intended, is running amok. You got mass animal die-offs. You got nature out of balance as far as the waters, as far as the plant life, as far as the social order amongst people is completely gone and dead, because people are giving their obeisance unto idols, false religions, XYZ. The people of the Lord, specifically blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, we were intended to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and majority of our people they just out there not giving a fuck. They're just heathens where they're at, meaning they just walking after their own imagination instead of the guidelines of the scriptures. So you can go ahead, brother.
Yeah, this second Philippians.
Start from verse 9.
Philippians chapter 2, verse 9. It said, "Wherefore the Most High also had highly exalted him."
Right. So it said wherefore, because it details the reason why he was exalted in the first place, is because he humbled himself and made himself as a servant. Yahawashi, while he walked the earth, he made his short tenure, about 30 years, all about worshiping and pushing the knowledge of salvation. You see, he didn't come on this earth for his own agenda. He came to fulfill the agenda, in other words, the will of his Father. So go ahead.
Wherefore the Most High also hath highly exalted him, and given him a name which is above every name.
Right, above every name. So it's above, his name is above the prestige of NATO and the EU, or the United States military, or Joe Biden, or the Rothschilds family. And that's why when he comes back, that's going to be made manifest. He's going to show the people how high and exalted he is. Because first of all, you think something high, you think the clouds, something that you got to look up to see. And that's exactly how Yahawashi is coming. He's coming with clouds, as the scriptures say. So go ahead, bro.
It said, giving him a name which is above every name, that at the name of Yahawashi every knee should bow, of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth.
Right, so you're supposed to shake at Yahawashi's name. You're supposed to give respect unto it. Now, are we seeing that amongst majority of the people of the earth? No. They give their respect to what? Jesus Christ or Allah. That's disrespectful to Yahawashi. Because as much as people venerate themselves or the so-called white man or false religions, all that credit is supposed to be due to Yahawashi. But you see, he's doing it. The Most High is working on a schedule. He's having it to where he's making his elect, the ones that are chosen to believe, be the ones first to exalt him, so that we can get glory with the Son of the Heavenly Father. You see, but that's going to be manifest when Yahawashi comes back, because that's an order. So read that again, brother. Read that last verse again.
Yeah, this is Philippians 2, verse 10. It said that at the name of Yahawashi every knee should bow, of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth.
Right, so every knee shall bow, man, to Yahawashi's name. That's a command. You're supposed to. If the king commands you to bow before him, he's gonna make you bow. He's gonna get his servants to swat you out your legs to make sure you drop to your knees and bow to him. And that's exactly how the Lord is gonna do it. but he's gonna come back with chariots, man. Was that verse 11?
Nope, that's verse 10.
Read verse 11.
It says, and that every tongue should confess that Yahawashi is Lord to the glory of the Most High, the Father.
So every tongue is gonna confess, man. I mean, that's a verbal utterance. You're gonna say it. It's beyond just bound. You're gonna say Yahawashi is Lord, like how you have a dude in a submission lock and he has to cry out mercy.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna be with the Lord.
Make you say uncle.
So people are gonna be in such a dire position, especially with look at the so-called white man. Look at his actions. He's so proud in his military and the things which he have of this carnal world that he doesn't want to give Yahawashi any glory, any respect. And you look at you 2/3 niggas, man, you just caught up in America. You caught up in the rat race of being a slave to Esau. You're gonna be a rapper, you want to do this, XYZ, but how many of you are waking up giving respect and obeisance to the Lord, man? You're not. You're not waking up saying praise Yahawashi for his sacrifice on the cross. You're saying praise Jesus. So because of that, man, that's why the Lord got his targets on you, man.
That's right.
So go to from there. You can get something if you have something else on deck. Go to Matthew 24 and 27.
You know that precept where it says, "Those my enemies, you shall not reign."
That's in Luke 19.
Well, yeah,
I think that's Luke 19 and 27. Yep, it's Luke 19 and 27.
Just read that real quick. This is Luke chapter 19, verse 26 says, "For I say unto you that everyone which hath shall be given, and from him that hath not, even that he has shall be taken away from him. But those my enemies, which would not that I should reign over
the
them."
enemies of the Lord, 2/3 niggas, the so-called white man. And really, you know what? That's mainly dealing with niggas in Israel. Because you got Jakes in Israel that are exalting Yahanan as the king. He's the second in command under the Lord. In other words, they give respect unto these cults of personality, which are given that want to take the shine unto themselves, man. So you an enemy to Yahawashi for that. Go ahead.
Yep. "But those my enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me."
Right, slave, meaning put you to death. And this is who we call Jesus Christ, the guy who they I'll say like this, the guy who they portray in movies all nice and he's walking around with his head in the clouds, a so-called white man. That's not the Lord. The Lord was an austere man, and this was a direct quote for him, saying that to kill his enemies. That's the type of spirit Yahawashi is coming in, because when he comes, that's wartime. And in wartime, you put down your enemies.
That's right.
It's just the simple fact that this is a spiritual war we waging right now over the demons that have reigned on people's minds, because it's a spiritual warfare. When we do these lessons and you have brothers or sisters that get converted, that's a demon that was on you that the word has washed away. That Yahawashi rebuked that demon off of you from tapping into your heritage. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? But the warfare is going to turn more than spiritual upon Yahawashi's return, because he's going to do much slaying and killing and putting the nations in order. Because these nations, man, they bug the fuck out. They can't get in order unless Yahawashi put them to death, because the time for talk is over. For hundreds of years, the example has always been shown that when the Lord sends a prophet, what 9 times out of the time what happens? The people kill him. So why should the Lord debate or try to leverage his point with you anymore? You got to be put down. He had to show you that he's an eternal power, that he doesn't even need to use us. He's going to come himself and show you what he's about. Okay? And show you his majesty.
You want that Matthew 24?
Yeah, Matthew 24 and 27.
Matthew 24 and 27. "For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be."
Right, as lightning, meaning it's going to be quick. And he said from the east, because the Lord is going to intervene in World War III first, because that's what these nations are gearing up for as we speak. That's why you hear about tensions between Russia and NATO, between America and China, between the state of Israel, whose major ally is America, and Iran, whose major allies are Russia and China. So what will all this spell? A major war, a major conflict. Yahawashi, that's why he said from the east. That's where he's gonna come, from the east unto the west. Because after the Lord is done doing a devastation in the Middle East, he's gonna come to save his people over here. Because that's when the missiles are gonna be getting launched off and so forth. But go ahead.
And it says, for wheresoever the case is, there will
Carcass.
wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together.
Mm-hmm. And the carcass represents the body of the Lord. Basically, the ones he's going to gather to be saved. You know, because the eagles are the chariots. Just like how, you know, you got vultures circling around the body to consume it. That's how the chariots are going to be upon every part of the earth where they need to go. And it is going to be numerous, because when you watching shows like Nat Geo and all that, when you got a dead rhino and so forth, man, those birds gather in the thousands to come eat that shit, man. But this is telling you it's gonna be a swarm of the heavenly hosts. That's basically what it's saying. As birds flying, so shall the Lord defend Jerusalem in Isaiah.
The chariots is also described as swift, man. So they use that analogy throughout the scriptures. Matthew 24 and 29, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun...
Right, and the tribulation, that's a period point we're about to enter into heavily. You know, brothers is catching hell already like no other, because this whole C-19 fake demic introduced a lot of hell into the world, but it's going to go even further. But it's saying the end of the tribulation, and right after, that's when the Lord comes. He's going to cancel all of that. That's when that tribulation is going to be over. The tribulation is going to be over upon Yahawashi's return. You know?
It says, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken.
Right, and that's basically that devastation that's going to shake up the earth. The sun not getting light, the moon not shining, because basically those missiles that's going to be shot off in the midst of the chariots is going to block out the sun. There's going to be so much smoke and dust gathering everywhere from the warfare and all the chaos happening, man. It's going to be crazy. People's faces going to be all dusty. You know, people going to be getting hit with missiles. You know, It said that their faces shall gather blackness. So that means everybody quaking and fearing, trembling. You people, you haven't tasted that yet. And it's crazy because we see an inkling of it, like you at the time period when Esau was pushing the fear of the C-19 so heavy. Now people are like somewhat over it now, but everybody was masked up when you go to Walmart, man. It's bugged the fuck out, all wide-eyed, scared. But that it's gonna be like that times a million when the Lord comes back. You're gonna have people actually so scared they're gonna die from being scared.
Yeah, kind of. Because on these people's face, like you see a low level of scare, but the Most High is gonna bring horror, man.
He's gonna turn it up.
You know, the act of being horrified, that's the worst you can be, and you people are gonna live in that state for as long as the Most High have you in it, man. Until you croak or until you get burnt up. But it says Matthew 24 and 30, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven.
Right. So then that's when Yahawashi is gonna come. After when the missiles are devastating the earth, and right before the missiles hit America, completely destroyed, that's when the Lord is gonna peel his elect up out of that. So go ahead.
It said, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the cloud of heaven with power and great glory.
Right, so the clouds of heaven. So what are those clouds? The clouds represent the chariots.
Right.
Because if you get, I'm gonna read this in the book of Psalms. It said, and he maketh the clouds his chariots. Matter of fact, I'll read this in Jeremiah 4:13. It says, behold, he shall come up as clouds, and his chariot shall be as a whirlwind. His horses are swifter than eagles. Just like it mentioned eagles in that precept. Woe unto us, for we are spoiled. See? So that's that woe, that's that lamentation. People are crying at the presence of the Lord because they know he's coming back for judgment. See, people gonna know that they ain't right, man, that day. Because now it's like we tell the so-called white man that he's the devil to his face, or you tell any undesirable of the scriptures what they're doing is wrong, they get proud against you. They say, "Oh, you wrong, blah blah
They
blah.
call you a bigot.
You a bigot. You homophobic. You hate women. Blah. Try to shame us, but wait till the Lord comes back. Then you're gonna have no choice but to humble yourself. But it's gonna be too late. Lord is gonna turn you into fucking ashes, man. So go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna read that again. Matthew 24:30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all tribes of the earth mourn. And why are they mourning? Is because the time that you people live luxury off the back of Israelites is over with, man. And that's how a lot of these people got their riches off Jake labor or selling to Jake, man. And you're gonna mourn because the people that you've taken advantage of for centuries are going to be the ones that have you in chains, man.
That's right.
It says,
let me look up that word for sign. And that word for sign, because it said the sign of the Son of Man is semion, and it means sign, miracle, wonder, token. So in other words, a miracle, that's something that's marvelous. That's something that when you see it, you just can't explain it. And that's how powerful the Lord's return is going to be. You know? Because no one on earth has seen this level of glory or spiritual power ever. And that's what's going to be unleashed. You know?
It says, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great shout of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds of the earth, and from one end of heaven to the other.
Yeah, so that's the Lord gathering his elect on his return. And you're going to have people getting hit with laser beams as well. It's to tell you that in the book of 2nd Ezra 13, you know. And also, you know, it depicts it in that movie World of Worlds when people's running around getting hit with laser beams, man. Because look, the so-called white man, he conquered the earth with his sword. The Lord said, I will fight them with the sword of my mouth. So the sword of his mouth is being poured out right now. And then his sword, that laser beam is going to get poured out when he returns, man. You know?
Okay. What's that precept where it says, by him all things were made?
Hold on, let me look.
Because, you know, when the brother was opening up the lesson, you know, he was going into Yahawashi, how he is the creator, man. And so, what, you know, obviously Yahweh gave him the blueprint. He put in the hard labor to create what we have now. But as you see, when he's monitoring the earth, he see that everything that he put the hard work into gone completely backwards.
John 1 and 3.
John 1 and 3. This is book of John. John chapter 1 verse 3. And it says, let's read 1 verse 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with the Most High, and the Word was the power. The same was in the beginning with the Most High. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. So you see, he was, you know, the architect that actually put in the work. So when he comes back and see how you people fucked it up, he's not coming back happy, man. If you had a beautiful mansion and you let, you know, 5 people stay in there, and you come back, you see they've been throwing parties, and, you know, the toilet's gone, the yard is fucked up, you gonna want to beat somebody ass, man. And that's how he feels.
That's right.
You got something you want to pull?
Yeah, go to, and the 14th verse of Jude.
This is Jude, verse 14. And Enoch also, the servant.
And Enoch was a man of the Lord. It said the seventh from Adam. That means he was 7 lines after Adam, and he lived of the time period directly before the flood. He was a prophet. So go ahead.
And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, Behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000s of his saints.
Right, 10,000s. So thousands upon thousands. It's not just 10,000, that number. It said 10,000s. Meaning multiple tens of thousands. Can't even count them. And those saints represent the angels, which are mighty beings, fearful beings. People trembled at the sight of angels, man. You have the donkey during the time of Balak and Balaam. I believe it was Balaam who was hired to put a curse on our nation. His donkey wouldn't even walk down the road because it seen an angel in the spirit blocking his path because it was scared, man. So tens of thousands of those, okay, is coming with the Lord. So
it says to execute judgment upon all and to convict.
To execute judgment upon all, everyone. Everyone on this planet is going to get some type of particular judgment upon Yahawashi's return. Either it's salvation, death, slavery. Namely, those 3 things. You can fit everything the Lord is going to do into those categories, man. You're either going to be saved if you are elect man, woman, or child of the seed of Israel, bloodline descendant, or you're going to be put to death if you're a wicked Israelite, or you're just a heathen that gets caught up. And if you're a heathen, period, that survives, you're going to get put in slavery.
Mm-hmm.
The elect is going to go across the 4 winds, putting people in slavery.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It says, Behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000s of his saints to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds, which they have ungodly committed.
Right. It said to convince. Because remember, it said upon the basically the name of the Lord shall all bow. So this where the convincing point is going to be when the Lord comes back. That's when he's going to make you bow, make you understand the wickedness. Like, it's going to be no arguments. You know how you get pushed and pulled back? We might have the women talking shit or whatever. Family members, they want to debate whether Christmas is biblical or not. Or they just don't care. They just want to keep doing it for fleshly purposes. That day, the Lord's going to have them know what they have done. Like all you Issacharites, you're going to know that the Catholic Church is wickedness when Yahawashi comes back. All the momos, you're going to know that your act is filthy, disgusting, detestable. The so-called white man's going to know that he's nothing more than a mere mortal slave. Because right now, he thinks he's a god. He thinks he can't be touched.
Mm-hmm.
So this time where the Lord is judging people is going to make them know and understand.
Yeah.
That thing right.
We had brought out there earlier to say all shall confess. Either you're going to confess willingly, like we doing now, or you're going to confess out of fear, because you don't want to receive judgment. You know, for the heathen that escape, they not going to want any part of that. So they gonna say, all right, go where the chains at. Go ahead and slap them on, man. But you will confess that Yahawashi is Lord, man. But it says, Behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000s of his saints to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds, which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches, which ungodly sinners have spoken against him.
Right. Their hard speeches, meaning the shit that they talk. Like, you got dudes that just basically are, you know, using the name of the Lord as a thing of naught. You know, you have Nate making joking videos about the name of the Lord. Yohana talking about he will openly take the MOTB. Those are hard speeches against the Lord that these dudes will have to take into account. The Lord is going to take that into account on the day of their judgment. They're going to remember all their wickedness.
Yep.
Because the Lord going to show them. You're going to have a tablet pulled up playing back all your wickedness.
Mm-hmm.
Or on this day, this happened. What is your account of this? What do you got to say about this?
Right.
You just gonna eat a fucking missile, man. You know?
Keep going.
Yeah, read from verse 16.
It said, "These are murmurers and complainers, walking after their own lusts, and their mouth speaking great swelling words, having men's persons in admiration because of advantage."
Right, because they got the purple garments or the all black garments, or they got a lot of money, or like Johanna got a Maybach. That's why they love that nigga. They don't love that nigga because he knows the truth, because he knows the scriptures, because he walks after the way Yahawashi. They got respect into these men because it's a fucking cult of personality. Or be it, let's just say, the Christian church. They like Creflo Dollar because his charisma. Because he's a snake oil salesman, man.
Mm-hmm.
So for all these things, man, that's why they're going to get judged, man. So, brother, you could go to Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, and verse 10.
It's Isaiah chapter 2, verse 10. And it says, "Enter into the rock and hide thee in the dust for fear of the Lord."
Right, and this links up with the book of Revelation where it says that the mighty men of the earth hid amongst the caves of the rock to bring down the rocks upon them because the terror of the Lamb. That's what that links up with. This is the time period where people gonna go into hiding. All these bunkers and shit, multi-hundred millions of dollar bunkers that people are buying.
Mm-hmm. It says, "Enter into the rock and hide thee in the dust for fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty."
The glory, and it said the glory, he's coming with the glory of his saints. That glory represents his power, the chariots, and that destructive capability. So go ahead.
"The lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down."
Yeah, because there's gonna be no room for pride. What the hell? You think some bitch is gonna be glorifying her big booty in that day? Your ass ain't gonna mean nothing, bitch. You know what I'm saying? If you got a new Benz, a new a G-Wagon, whatever new shit these niggas like to drive, that makes them all proud and feeling good about this. You know how Jake feel good. You got the new
Balenciagas.
or you got the new or Balenciagas, or what's them glasses called?
Cartiers.
Yeah, so Cartiers, or this is another brand that I'm thinking of that niggas be wearing, them niggas in Detroit. But man, all that shit is gonna be humbled in of no worth. The Lord is gonna judge you to your core, your core being. So whether you're a wicked ass Edomite, wicked nigga, the Lord is gonna look past all your bullshit, your slick talking, how many members of your congregation you got, and judge you. You're gonna be able to blame your wickedness on anyone else, or say somebody convinced you of this. And no, it's when it's gonna be boss to the wall, so to speak. You know.
Mm-hmm. "The lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of man shall be bowed down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day."
So the Lord Yahawashi alone is gonna be the glory and the praise of that day. People are seeking after America. People seeking after the U.S. dollar. Prestigious companies. But the Lord is going to get his glory, because all these different institutions that got prestige in this world, they ain't going to mean shit in that day. EU, that's the economic union of the European countries. What the fuck is that going to be upon Yahushua's return? Dismantled. Ain't going to mean nothing. The economy of Europe by that time is going to be shambles. Or even NATO, which is their military might, they're going to get swept under Yahushua's feet, man.
Okay.
So where's the space for pride? There is none. Esau, you're gonna know you're a frail, pale devil. The elites, what you gonna throw all your gold bars in front of Yahawashi and stunt? No. You're gonna get judged too. Because the Lord gonna look at everyone's wickedness, and for example, we say the elites, the oppression they put on our people, all the wickedness they've done, the child sacrifice. The Lord's looking at all that. He don't care how many fucking prestigious companies you got. You're gonna get put out, man.
Right. And it says, the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low. And everybody right now is proud in their own ways. You know, because I was watching the apostles earlier today. They said that social media turned people to lovers of their own selves.
Mm-hmm.
The same things that we look for in prophecy for the Most High's return. That's part of it, man. Everybody feeling themselves. Everybody thinking that they the most important person on the earth, man. When you come into this truth, you realize, hey, the only people that's important right now is Yahawah and Yahawashi, man. Because when they come back, what did it say? In that Isaiah 2, it says the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. You know?
That's right. You could go to Revelation, the 19th chapter and verse 11. You got any other precepts you want to get?
Yeah, this is Revelation 6. It's Revelation 6 and 15. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains.
Yeah, that represents your Illuminati and all their, the generals, all these damn people, man. Because they do have a whole structure behind how they run their shit, and that's basically breaking it down from the highest ones, the Rothschild family, to their, the branches, those other, where the bloodline ain't so pure and shit with those families. Then you got, then you got the associates, affiliates. Then you got just regular guys that just got in there, right before the destruction happens. And they just there to be their slaves. They gonna, go ahead.
And it says, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb.
Yeah, Yahawashi's wrath is gonna be so terrible that they gonna want to die. They gonna want to die before they face the judgment seat of Yahawashi, because they know for a fact, and this is before their judgment even happens. They know for a fact the amount of wickedness they've done. See, we speak about the wickedness of the Rothschilds on the outside looking in, man. Them niggas have all the dirty little secrets, everything they doing. They know. They're like, shit, we got a lot to pay for. Just let these rocks fall on us, man. Shit. I don't want to face judgment, which is stupid anyway, because if you die, you're gonna go to the spirit world and be judged there too.
Right.
But they don't want to live in here and face that slavery, because in the spirit world there's no suffering.
That's right.
So, but hey, you gonna face that slavery, boy.
It says, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb, for the great day of his wrath is come.
And that's show you the anger Yahawashi gonna have in that point. It's gonna be being poured out. Cause imagine, they gonna be in their bunkers. Why would they say let the rocks fall upon us? Because their bunkers are gonna be getting shaken up. Shit gonna be, the boulders gonna be falling. They're like, oh shit, damn, what the fuck is going on out there? Because the scriptures even tell you too how that when the missiles get shot off, the earth is gonna tremble at that. That's so much force and power beyond just the blast that, and the fire that emanates that burns people up, but just that power that it it's like a punch,
Yeah, kind of. But the thing is, it said this is all happening in a day. It said for the great day of his wrath is come, man. So Yahawashi, he been pissed off for thousands of years, man, and he's all gonna let it out in one day. America's gonna be obliterated in 1 hour. So the rest of that time is just, exacting judgment upon you other heathen, upon you other nations, man.
That's right.
Getting all that hate and all that fury out, man. But you say Revelation 19?
Revelation 19 and let me see one time. 19 and 11.
Revelation 19:11, and it says, "And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True."
Right. So that's that heavens in the horse is the chariot. The one that sat upon it, whose name was Faithful and True, that's the Lord. Why? Because he was obedient to the cross. Yahawashi makes good on everything he does. So it's as it's spoken of him talking about his return. That's that confirmation. He's faithful. He's true. He said he's gonna come back. He did. You know.
Right. It says, it's like I lost my place. It said, "And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns."
Right. It doesn't say he doth hand out roses and lollipops.
Yeah, forgive.
And he loves the children. No, he makes war. War is a chaotic death array, man, if you will. It's an event where many people die, usually when there's a war. That's exactly what Yahawashi come back to do, and there's fighting involved. You know?
It says his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns.
Many crowns. Because that plays into the point where it said, at the Lord's name, all the tribes shall bow, man. That all things that are in the earth, above the earth, beneath the earth, should bow at Yahawashi's name. So this is the point where he's coming to get that glory. You know?
It said, "And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself, and was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of the Most High."
Okay. So that's Yahawashi, man. That's Yahawashi. Hold on, let me see. Matter of fact, go to read verse 14.
Revelation 19 verse
stop,
14.
Stop at verse 16, and we can close from there, bro.
Okay. It said, "And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean.
Mm-hmm.
And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron."
Yeah, so that's a cut to vocab. Vocab, you and your people are going to get ruled with the rod of iron. Yeah. It said, the nations, smite the nations and rule them with the rod of iron. It doesn't mention Israel, because Israel is going to be saved. The Israel that ain't right is going to be killed. They're not going to go into slavery or be made to serve with the rod of iron. No, they're going to be killed, and the elect is going to be exalted in the state of being partners, if you will, with Yahawashi. Still his servants, but above all other nations. You know?
Straight. It says, "And he shall rule them with the rod of iron, and he treaded the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty power."
Yeah, so he's moving with the anger of Yahweh. Because Yahweh is angry as well. You got Yahweh's angry, his son's angry too. So he's putting the spirit on Yahawashi to fuck these heathens up. And that wrath ain't going to be done in just that day. Because more wrath will be poured out when these heathens are in slavery. Meaning, if we catch you slacking on the job, man, you're not going to get fired, my man. You're going to get your ass whooped. Yeah. You're going to have punishments put on you, man. We're going to fucking be branding you. All kind of cruel, torturous things we're going to do to you. And it's going to be within the guisemanship of the law. Mm-hmm. We're not going to go outside the law when it comes to punishments.
Right.
We're going to make sure we whip you as many times as necessary. You know?
Mm-hmm. Revelation 19 and 16. "And he had on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lords of Lords."
Yeah, so that's Yahawashi. Because he is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Because you have other kings that are under him. But as it stands with Yahawashi, he's the top of the top. You know, and that word for Lord there in the Greek is kurios, and it means supreme in authority, by implication, master, God, Lord, master, sir. So when you lord over someone, you give them orders, commands. You're lording. That's a verb, you know?
Right.
And that's what Yahawashi is coming back so he can have that position on earth. Because he's taking that position away from the wicked rulers of this earth who mismanage it. So Yahawashi, though he's coming with much depth, it's a good thing. Because then after, you know, the kinks get worked out in the system, if you will, everything was going to run smooth. He just has to do a shutdown on all the bullshit so things can get up and running how it's supposed to. With the Israelites in a proper government, the 144,000, the kings under him, our women all in order, producing our children, producing our, you know, kings and judges and governors and shit, you know?
Right.
And then, you know, the heathen being in their proper role serving us. Then all the creation beautiful, prospering. The waters get to be clean. The earth and the soil rich with nutrients to so we can plant and farm again. So our animals on the field can eat nutritious grass, man. All this stuff, you know, it's gonna be abundance of. It's gonna be as much gold, silver, precious jewels. It's gonna be more in the earth. Just do the righteousness. You're gonna walk and see jewels and emeralds and gold everywhere, just raw, waiting to be plucked up, man. You know, people we're gonna actually live, but it starts with Yahawashi getting his due authority on the earth. He must, because that's the order. They can't have the greatness and the pleasures of this earth without the order being, you know, the capstone, if you will, which is Yahawashi, the cornerstone, be it in his position.
That's right.
Okay?
Because he earned that position, man.
Did you have anything else, bro?
Yeah, this is Isaiah 53, verse 11. It says, he shall see of the travail of his soul and shall be satisfied. By his knowledge shall my righteous servant justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities. Therefore will I divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong. And that spoil is the whole earth, man. Because he earned the position to be called King of the earth, Lords of Lords, as we got in Revelation 19. But it says, therefore will I divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, which is the elect, because he had poured out his own soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bare the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressors.
Okay. So that's it, man.
Okay.
You know, Lord's will, that's been edifying. We're going to close out. All praise to
Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham,
Shalom to you.
Shalom.